So we on the 10th episode. And I think that's a big deal because this is the 10th episode. Right? When we think about, what I started, like what I wanted to do with this, the way that this has been received, the way that I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, the way that people are locking in, people are actually checking for it, people are talking about it, people are asking to be on it. Like, I'm actually getting tons of emails per week of people sending me work that want to be a part of CWTFB Radio, who want to be a part of the MaSheen Militia. And I'm really just thankful. I'm grateful. I'm humbled. I thank y'all 100%. Because the rollout was very premature with what I actually wanted to accomplish and how I wanted to roll it out. But I like it in a sense where it's like, you're going to see the progress. Like, every episode, it gets better, it gets tighter, it gets cleaner, it gets just more refined, and I'm just excited. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to all my people who's tuning in. Thank you to all my people that's sharing it. Thank you to all my people that's talking about it, telling their people about it. You are part of the MaSheen Militia, and I appreciate you wholeheartedly. So you know what we on right now. This is CWTFB Radio. I am your host, Charlie MaSheen. We always sponsored by Details Car Audio and Auto Detailing over there on 138, 925 Turnpike Street in Canton, Mass. Go see my people. We gonna lace you up. You need tints. You need a remote starter, interior, exterior detailing. You need anything that's car related. You know what I'm saying? A car radio, things of that nature. We even have motorcycle accessories as well. So 925 Turnpike Street in Canton. Pull up. Let them know Charlie sent you. We'll lace you up. We're going to keep you looking real nice and clean. Not you, your car, or your motorcycle, right? We're not designers, but week 10, man. We in the 10th episode. I got my guy with me. This is somebody who I also went to high school with last week. I dropped the episode with Red Shades. I went to high school with her as well. Now, this just goes to show you that the O'Brien, just has some talented folks up in there. We happen to be smart, so they was focused on our articulations and intelligence, right? So if you can see that, if you on the camera, if you can see us, then you know who this is. But if you listening and you tuning in on your way to work or wherever it is that you're going or whatever it is that you're doing, this is somebody who I've been wanting to connect with for a while when it came to creating. Mainly because we go way back, and also because in my opinion, I feel like he's still in the early stages when it comes to the music, right? Like he's building up his fan base. He's starting. He found his sound, is what I'm saying, right? You found your sound. He's beginning to become very polished as an artist. Like when you hear him, you know what to expect. And that's when I really feel like you in your bag, when you really find your swag. And on any record that you are, it's wholeheartedly you. My Zoe brother, you know what I'm saying? Everybody give your undivided attention. My man Buff the God, what's good, baby?
Yes, sir. What's poppin'?
How you doing, man?
Living good, man. Living good.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely. I appreciate you for being here, man.
It feels that much more special. 10th episode, roll it out like that.
Absolutely.
Appreciate being on this one right here.
So yeah, man, I want to talk about what's been going on with you and the music, man. Your new joint that well, not the newest one, but the new one that I was really feeling was 28.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because niggas is on the 28.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen you doing your thing for a couple years now. Debt to Society came out what year?
Probably like 2017, 16, 17.
Okay.
I can't even remember.
3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
So Debt to Society, that was your debut, right?
Yes, sir. Debut.
Right. Okay, so that was your first project that you ever did.
First project, mixtape, treated it like an album. That's for sure.
Yeah, because like the cover was really good. The production was really good on there. You had some nice engineering and mixing and mastering. But I don't feel like that really enveloped you as an artist.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I heard it, I was like, yes, I like it, but I want to hear more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what's he gonna do next? You see what I'm saying? So run through the creative process of that album. Was that like old records that you had and you felt like you needed to get it out? Because I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
And I felt the same way with my first album when I dropped it. Because I felt like there was some like pieces of my story that had to be told. And on certain records that I did years ago, I was like, fuck it, I'm throwing it on this first one. So just kind of walk me through that. Like, what was your creative process?
So Debt to Society, it was really just kind of like tapping into a whole bunch of feelings that I had to get off my chest.
Okay.
Just from where I was at in life. And that's why it's called Debt to Society. But second of all, I also appreciate like you saying, like most people, they didn't even check for it. You feel me?
Right.
So you at least saw it and you like, I bet I could see more for it. You feel me?
Right.
But when I rolled it out, not to dwell on the past, it felt like it kind of was like crickets and some more shit.
Right.
So mind you, I'm pouring my grown man feelings into this as far as like, yo, I'm going through these trials and tribulations. I'm trying to put the content in there, trying to put the facts, the matter, but also make it lit at the same time.
Right.
But as far as the creative process, it was just me. I just had to cook up, had a lot of feelings, had a lot of things I had to get off my chest, stress, whatever, life just coming at me.
Right.
So I just cooked it up kind of organically with it just kind of being like my ideas. So most of those beats, like I probably wrote the song before I had a beat. And I was luckily able to find a producer I know. He lived with me for some time. He was able to cook some beats up and kind of make
based
it fit.
off of your lyrics.
Exactly.
Okay. That's dope.
Or then even more so, the engineer, I was kind of blessed to be put with an engineer that knows what he's doing. You feel me? My man's from middle school. He hooked me up. He does the music too. So he was like, yo, go see go see G Weeks. Shout out G Weeks, most importantly.
Okay.
But he hooked it up. It's like, he know what he doing. He's a vet in the game. And he could have been like, nah, I don't want to do this, or nah, I don't want to work with you, I ain't got time. But he actually took his time. He was fucking with me, and we knocked out the tape. But it wasn't nothing I already had. It was more so like, because I always knew I wanted to do music, and now that I was done with school, just working a 9-to-5 type shit, it was like, okay, this is life.
It was time to do it.
Time to do the music, but then it's like the rush of just like, nah, I gotta talk about certain things. I gotta let niggas know. I gotta tell people what it is, basically.
So how old were you when you dropped that album?
Probably like 23, 22, 24.
How old are you now?
I'm 27 right now.
27.
So came out of school. I was probably about 21 actually when I graduated college.
Okay.
And then I started cooking it up. But then it's like, because nobody knew what I was doing, it was kind of hard to manifest it in a sense.
Right.
Trying to find the beats. I mean, I had a producer, but I like to spread out and work with people.
Absolutely.
So it's like hard to find beats, hard to find people to work with, hard to find a studio.
So you never like did music prior to that?
Nah, I did music. I started rapping when I was 13.
Okay.
So I did a couple tracks. Even when I was in high school, I had like 2-3 tracks.
Right. Okay. All right.
I was performing at like 15, 16, 17.
Okay.
And this is back then, people not taking me serious, but I'm still letting people hear it in school, a couple tracks or some more shit. But it wasn't nothing crazy serious like a whole tape. So fast forward, I graduate, I go to college, I stopped doing music because I'm focusing on school. Yeah, bang, bang, that's what it is. So went to school, graduated, did all that, and then I always knew I wanted to do music. So it was like, once I got into 9-to-5, it was like, okay, you're not playing football no more. There's not really much that you're doing as hobbies.
Right.
You might as well do it.
Extracurricular, Yeah,
you do what you want to do. So I just got back into music because I know I love that. But then it's more so like, as life starts to hit me, it was like, you gotta do this. You gotta do this. Like, why wouldn't you be doing this?
Yeah, right.
Motherfuckers is out here dying. But
so who are your influences when it comes to the music? Because I can't figure out your sound. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you incorporate a lot of different slang that's not necessarily from this region.
Yeah.
And like the way you deliver your lyrics. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I heard you and I didn't know you, I wouldn't be like, yo, this nigga's from Boston.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, who influenced you to rap? Like, where do you get that sound from?
Before I get to like who influenced me, because that's a whole like long ass answer. I can't really give one person, but like certain things that you're saying is kind of like a little compliment in a sense too. It's like you say you think I found my sound, or at least you can tell when I'm about to come on a track what energy I bring. And like, I feel like that's true, right? With like the 28, I feel like that's key to my sound.
Even certified, yeah.
But then I feel like I'm about to switch it up. Like everything else I got in the bag, motherfuckers didn't even hear. It's about to change it. But
and that's funny because that's not how Debt to Society sounded to me.
Yeah, you feel me,
You see what I'm saying? Because like where you are right now, like, you're way past that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you already evolved to somebody else right now. You know what I mean? So and progressively as an artist, you're always gonna evolve.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's if you stalemate, then shit, you might as well just give the shit up.
You might as well give up.
Right.
You gotta adapt. You gotta be able to adapt with the game and shit.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, like who was you checking for when you was a young nigga? Like,
I mean, so me growing up, like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat, like, give the old, my parents was playing Wu-Tang, Me growing up, I just had TV.
Niggas said my parents, nigga, you was Haitian, nigga, just like me, nigga. We know what that shit was like.
Bang.
You know what niggas was watching?
Bang.
When we was in the crib, Je suis fly, nigga.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Niggas was listening to Sweet Mickey, nigga,
Sweet
T-Vice,
Mickey,
T-Vice.
Alright,
My pops was playing that Tuopika, nigga.
Shout out to
Fuck outta here.
Zoe. Shout out to Zoe. So
Like,
it's like, in every Haitian household, or just like mine and yours, the music's already there. You understand?
It's just different music.
It's different music. Right. So the music's already there. I'm 5, 6, 7, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And before I can even really speak fluent Creole or understand what I'm really saying, I'm singing the music. You understand?
Right,
or even like the Je suis Father skits. I was at the Strand when he came with my mom and shit.
Yeah, fact.
I'm watching it on VHS as well.
And for those of y'all who don't know who Je suis Fly is, he's like the Haitian Tyler Perry.
Bang, right there.
Yeah, I mean, he got mad skits, mad characters.
Right there.
He just don't be dressing like women. Yeah, I mean, pause.
He might be the Martin Lawrence. No funny.
All right, that's actually even better. That's even better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's spot on. But Martin dressed like a chick too. So.
But bang, right there. So it's like, even those skits, those VHSs, I had them.
Yeah.
I'm reenacting them. So like, as a young child, toddler, man, boy, whatever, I'm already into entertainment. I'm already into music in general. But like, growing up, I got cable, I got TV. So I'm seeing, actually the biggest inspiration, I'm going to say, is my brother and bad boy music.
Okay.
My brother was a big...
Take that.
Take that. But my brother, he's a big Mace fan. Probably the biggest Mace fan. You feel me?
It wasn't no biggest Mace fan than me.
Bro, I'm telling you.
This
nigga don't know no other rappers, bro.
I had the Seiko acting like it was a Rolex. Throw your rollies in the sky, nigga. You couldn't tell me nothing, nigga.
Yo, he don't know no other rappers, bro. Like, you're a music connoisseur.
Yeah.
This nigga don't know no other rappers.
You're like, that's Mace. That's it.
So now, growing up, obviously, that's Big Bro. So it's like Big Bro, Little Bro tandem. I automatically become Diddy. So like, for a long time, I'm following Bad Boy. I'm just kind of starstruck by the glamour and everything hip hop brings at the time. Because at that time, hip hop is about glamour. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like,
at least with Bad Boy.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He brought that into the industry. You feel me? So I'm just getting TV. Really, I see a lot of Ludacris at that time. That's the era. I'm seeing a lot of Nelly at the time. That's the era. DMX. That's the time. That's the era. I'm getting all that, but it's really just mainstream industry. You feel me? But as time goes by, I'm getting introduced to more people. I'm becoming more underground with it. So like, after Diddy did his old solo run. Let's say who we can say after that. 50 Cent comes in. Lil Wayne comes in. I'm introduced to big time of Lil Wayne, Birdman, and all that. Yeah. You feel me? Lil Wayne comes in. You
skipped the whole era, though.
Which one? What you talking about?
Nigga, No Limit.
Okay, bang.
DMX.
Bang. Nah, I said DMX. I didn't mention No Limit. I didn't mention No Limit.
No Limit, like, I don't know about you, but when No Limit was No Limit, like, late 90s, early 2000s, you couldn't tell me nothing, bro.
Okay.
Like, I thought I was Silk the Shocker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Silk the Shocker, niggas be sleeping on Silk, though.
Me and my man OZ, he used to live right behind me. Shout out my man OZ. He used to live right behind me, dog. And we used to kill the No Limit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, but keep going. I mean, I digress.
Look, right? So, like DMX is probably my biggest influence besides maybe Diddy. You feel me? And I had no business listening to DMX at my age, bro.
Nobody did that at our age, yeah.
To this point, I have a vivid memory of me getting hold of a DMX CD. I don't know where I got it from.
Which one was it?
I have no idea, but it had Party Up on it. Which one had Party Up on it?
Y'all gonna make me shit. Was that the Depression? The Great Depression? No.
Look, right?
Was it the Great Depression? I don't know. Whatever.
Either way, right? Yeah. Imagine 4, 5, 6 singing that song word for word.
Yeah.
How many cuss words is in there, right?
I got a message for you niggas, and it's gonna be quick.
Are you niggas in the jail for suck my dick? You feel me?
Those are the first 2 bars.
Exactly. Like, come on. So now I'm 5'6". I'm singing this, and my parents is like, "What is this?" You know what I'm saying? Kevin,
shout out Kevin.
But I remembered it. You feel me? Like kids now, they know the music, but it's really like Lil Uzi. It's really like melodies and harmonic, and it's kind of simple.
Right.
To the complexity of DMX, I got bar for bar in that song. Right. So I'm getting that No Limit. I ain't had no Limit album, but I'm seeing No Limit on the TV. I'm seeing what they're doing. So I get that. Big timers. Who else? There's Busta Rhymes. There's Missy Elliott. Mm-hmm. Like, I love Missy Elliott. You feel me? Like, I'm not really.
Missy's that deal.
Missy's the greatest, probably a great artist.
If you,
like, not
if
the
you
greatest,
didn't like
but
that, like I remember the first time I heard "Sock It to You."
Exactly.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, oh my God, like,
suck it to me.
Even before she started rapping or singing. Just her ad libs at the beginning, hell no.
And
I was like, oh,
that's
shit,
the effect. That's stardom.
Yeah.
And so as kids, we recognize that.
Right.
Before we even understand music, before we understand like the complexities that come with all that. But fast forward, you got Lil Wayne. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna just take it from like big timers to Lil Wayne because I really can't tell what was in between. Like even Ja Rule, I was listening to Ja Rule because that was mainstream. You feel me?
Yeah.
But then you got Lil Wayne, you got 50 Cent come through. Like, I was probably more so 50 Cent Beg for Mercy as opposed to like Dipset. You understand? So that's why I'm going with it. And then the game kind of changed in my perspective.
Okay, how?
It goes, you introduce Kanye and trap.
Right.
There's Kanye, then there's trap.
Well, there was trap at the time too. It just didn't evolve to what it is now.
Trap was more like crunk. It was like 3 6 Mafia.
So there was crunk.
Uh-huh.
Crunk actually came after the inception of trap.
Okay.
Crunk just got more popular.
Yeah.
Because the term trap music is T.I., right?
What is trap to you?
Trap is a southern drawl, right? Talking about being in the trap.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Hard hitting bass.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the bass got to be stupid.
Yeah.
Got to be redonkulous. And you just talking about cooking up. You're talking about, you're talking about doing whatever it is that you do in the streets. That's trap music.
Yeah.
You're stuck in the trap, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you not agree?
No, I do agree because it's like I feel like people trying to give a complex answer to what trap is.
I don't think it's a complex answer at all. But have you heard trap music by T.I.?
I've heard trap music by T.I., but I'm thinking about just like
Gucci Mane.
Regardless of Gucci or T.I., I'm looking at trap now and what hip hop used to be.
Okay.
I just look at hip hop like I'm gonna give an example. Biggie and Tupac. It's about positivity. It's about people coming together.
I was trap about positivity.
It's not necessarily. look, and this is the thing. It's not necessarily about positivity,
right?
But it's about glorifying or being okay with what you had to do in the situations that you were in.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Whereas like Biggie, Tupac, they're like, yo, let's get together, sit crystal, we party.
Right.
Trap music like, nah, I'm in here cooking. I don't give a fuck about you niggas. You see what I'm saying? It's a contrast, but there's still beauty in all of it. You understand?
That makes sense.
But you get to, I think after 50 Cent, like not to mention Jay-Z's just in all this whole era.
I mean, Jay-Z he never fell off.
He never fell off. But it's like once you get to like 50 Cent, he dominated. Then you get Kanye, and then you get kind of trap music, and then like there was snap and roll before, kind of in between. But I digress to kind of answer the question, like you said before, just like who my influences. It was kind of a lot of people who were in the limelight at the time, and it's just because I've been watching a lot of things, and I just been watching and studying everybody since I was born because I've been just watching music. So Diddy, Ludacris, Nelly, DMX, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, like Lil Wayne. When he dropped the Carter 3, I'm watching the whole process of him coming out with the Carter 3, you understand? So when the Carter 3 dropped, I'm in the crib playing video games over December break, memorizing Carter 3 or like 50 Cent. I had to kind of get put on to 50 Cent by my older cousin, but when he dropped that Beg for Mercy album, I had that for Christmas. You feel me? Like, I vividly remember that, and I remember bumping that shit every day to school. You feel me? So that album had a big effect on me. You get Lil Wayne, like Kanye. I always see Kanye, but I kind of now appreciate Kanye more.
I feel like, in my opinion, at that time, with Kanye, he's the one that kind of changed the game. He opened the door for a lot of shit.
I'm about to tell you who changed the game. Finish saying what you say. Nah, you done?
This is your show, nigga. Go ahead.
You know who changed the game, and I'm here for this because niggas got to put some respect on my man's name.
Who?
Big Draco changed the game, bro. Say something.
Soulja Boy.
Come on, bro. Big Draco changed the game. As corny as it sounds.
He changed the game.
It took a 18-year-old, 15-year-old.
He changed the game in the sense of him being able to capitalize off of things like ringtones, right?
So do you think Kanye would exist without Soulja Boy?
Yes.
Because I don't think there was too much room for Kanye in hip hop.
As you can see, Soulja Boy phased away and Kanye stayed.
But motherfuckers wasn't listening to Kanye type content before
Soulja Boy up in there.
You right. Motherfuckers gonna be crying at this episode because I know this nigga didn't say Soulja Boy.
I know. You know what? I agree to an extent. Yeah. So when he was going on that rant on Breakfast Club, I understood where he was coming from.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for Soulja Boy, there's a lot of things that people wouldn't focus on because he had like accidental success.
Yeah.
And then it became the blueprint.
Okay.
Right. So yes, you're right.
Do you think before Soulja Boy, motherfuckers could be themselves in hip hop? Because besides Jay-Z,
yes, nigga.
I don't think people would appreciate Kanye being himself.
Nigga, what year did Soulja Boy drop? 06,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
When Kanye dropped 03, my guy.
Did he really? Okay,
yeah.
My timeline fucked up. My timeline fucked up.
And then he dropped College Dropout. Niggas love that shit.
I bet.
A lot of people still say that's his best album.
So my facts are incorrect. Let's do it. Let's go. Continue.
Soulja Boy, he did something different. I'm not going to take that away from him. He did something different that was never done before. And now it's the blueprint where it's like, you streaming music is different now. You know what I'm saying? So Soulja Boy opened the door for all of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, salute to Soulja Boy. But at the end of the day, nobody was checking for like hip hop purists, like niggas who really like hip hop, like was not checking for Soulja Boy.
And that's the point.
It was for the kids.
It don't matter. They weren't checking for him, and now it doesn't matter who's checking for you.
It was for the children.
Now it doesn't matter who's checking for you.
Wu-Tang was for the children.
But
it wasn't really for the children.
Exactly. But, all right, so you said Kanye changed the game, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Kanye,
I'm gonna tell you why Ye changed the game.
Yeah.
Ye changed the game because he made it okay to be soft.
Okay.
Right? And not to say that there wasn't niggas like him before, because you had the De La Souls, you had the Tribe Called Quest.
But that was like R&B and soul and shit.
But it wasn't R&B, it was actually real raw hip hop.
Nah,
bro. Come on,
hold on. Like, what'd you say? You said De La Soul.
De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest.
Bro, they were on the Soul Channel on TV.
They were soulful.
So now you see
how
they start. You're right, but you see how it's categorized.
You had, what was this shit? The group that they was all a collective of. I forget the name of it. It was some fucking
The Roots.
Nah, man. What's it called? Tribe Called Quest was like under
Black Eyed Peas. Nah, they ain't.
They was a part of like a bigger group that like they formed like a super group. I forget what it was called. But either way, what I'm saying is there were people like Kanye before Kanye, but the difference is that think about the producer rappers that came before Kanye. You had Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
You had Timberland.
Yeah.
And I can't really think of any
Probably
other
Pharrell.
Big ones. Pharrell, but Pharrell wasn't really rapping yet at that point. You had NERD, I guess, if you wanna, you know what I mean? But whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
Missy, all right, Missy. That's definitely producer rapper. But the way Kanye did it,
yeah,
he's wearing a pink polo.
facts.
He's singing about his Bahamas.
Facts.
He's, talking like regular shit.
This
like
is different content,
talking about working a regular job.
Facts.
I've been working this great shit and I ain't made shit.
Yeah.
Like, he literally was like, I'm not hard and it's okay to not be hard. Right? He was glorifying that shit. And then he made it so commercial. That's the difference. Mm-hmm. De La Soul, Tribe Called
You
Quest,
gotta be able to
Leaders of
make
the
it
New
commercial.
School. Yeah, they did their thing, but the global masses that Kanye accrued,
Yep.
them niggas wasn't fucking with it.
Exactly.
And you talking about Q-Tip, Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you
Yeah.
talking about these niggas who are icons. Mm-hmm. And they weren't able to do that.
Yeah.
And then you got this fucking weirdo from Chicago who made these fire-ass beats that niggas was like, who the fuck made this beat?
He changed the game, bro.
Everybody wanted a Kanye beat.
So, right?
You know what I'm saying? Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Right. And then he opened the floodgates. Now I'm a weirdo and I want to make music.
Facts.
Now, if Kanye did it.
He said, now I'm a weirdo. Now I want to make music.
Like, yo, straight up. It's like, yo, I'm a bitch, but listen to my music.
But listen to that. Yo. Nah, you 100% correct, right? But, like, the shit that I'm saying, I'm sure you can see, like, how my consumption of hip-hop was, for lack of a better word, skewed to just what I'm seeing on TV. Like, I'm not getting mixtapes. I'm not getting too much, like, handed to me as far as, like, albums.
Right.
By then, like, when Kanye come out, I'm downloading shit myself. Or I'm downloading from my mans and shit. So I'm getting a lot of that.
Bear Share.
You understand?
I miss those days, man. Fuck LimeWire, all that shit.
But, like, even going, once Kanye come out, the floodgates kind of open both ways, right?
Yeah.
Open in the weirdo direction, but then trap is somewhere in there, right? Mm-hmm. So you go the trap route. Like, I can see Kanye. I appreciate it more now. I'm not too sure, like, what everybody thinks about. You love Kanye still to this day. Do you separate him?
I love his gospel album. You understand what I'm saying?
I appreciate
everything that man drops is great. Don't you disrespect the nigga yet.
I feel like he's being sarcastic.
No, nigga, I'm so serious. Like, I love Ye.
Is he serious?
I'm so serious.
But you see, I can't say I love the gospel album. I still need time but I appreciate it. I can see what Kanye is doing.
Yeah.
I can see what Kanye is doing, bro. I see what Kanye is doing. A lot of thing is people they can't separate.
Bien. C'est pas l'évangile, yeah.
That's it. Vagabond.
Got next time. You know.
But some people can't separate Kanye from, like, his rants and his music and shit. I understand his rants, and that's where, like, people kind of flaw me in a sense. But that digresses.
You digress.
So
I digress.
So let's get through it. Like, trap music, like, funny. Rick Ross is somewhere in there. Like, I'm gonna just go by the album I had. Rick Ross, I had that album, that Teflon Don album, classic, hard. You feel me? I had somewhere I had
Teflon Don. I'm thinking Port of Miami, boy.
But you see, like, I'm one of those people. I don't get on to people just because everybody else gets on. And not to say that's what you did, but it was just like, I need to hear
hustling. Every
I
day I'm
sold.
hustling.
Maybe I was sold because that's what allowed me to get the Teflon Don.
When Jay-Z.
Yeah. What
the nigga say?
That was on Teflon Don.
Oh my God, when Jay-Z was on the remix. No.
On Hustling?
Hustling. Yo, bro,
See,
my nigga.
I didn't even hear that.
Where the fuck were you?
Hustling.
You know why I knew Port of Miami so well? Because I was living in Florida at the time.
Okay.
So I go to Florida. My mom buy a house in Orlando. And literally every block that you spin on, all you hear is every day I'm hustling.
Exactly.
Every day. So I was like, I couldn't escape the song.
Facts.
So I'm like, I'm already living here. Let me listen to that music. Right? And I was listening to this nigga, and I was like, yo, I fuck with this nigga.
Facts.
Because I'm big on voices, right? When it comes to music, like, and that's another reason why I like your music. You have an excellent rap voice, bro. And your voice, I want you to understand that there's something that you have to use as an instrument, right? Because When I was rapping, I understood that I might have not been the best rapper. I might have not had the best lines, but my voice was lit.
Facts.
Bitches love that shit.
Said, bitches love
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, and when I want to get raw, I can get raw, right? So when I heard, you know, whip it real hard, whip it real hard. I was like, oh, nigga, shit, give me a brick right now. You fucking shitting me, like, you know what I mean? So, like, I was from the jump. I got into Rick Ross and I never left. You know what I'm saying? But you know, what were you saying?
All right, so Beth, we gotta answer this question. Right? Look, Teflon Don had that album. Had Waka Flocka. It's kind of really a big introduction to like underground music for me. You understand? Because he kind of broke mainstream, but listening to him, I kind of got more into underground music. Mixtape era. I'm listening to Draco back when he was like mixtape.
Stop calling the nigga Draco, man.
Put some respect on his name. But look. Drake comes into the mix, right? Drake comes into the mix.
That's super bitch era.
Super bitch era, right. But I fuck with Drake. In that era, I was fucking with Drake heavy. Yeah. And another, like, it is what it is, whatever. But like, so now you fast forwarded to recently, like 2 Chainz had that album, but I'm watching him as he's like progressing through Titty Boy to 2 Chainz and blowing. Yeah. But just to answer the question that we were just starting talking 30 minutes ago, my influences is like everything in hip hop. But like as of recently, I can say my 2 influences would be Thug and Future. And I can explain that, but like Kanye is an influence because it's like I see what he does with presenting music. You understand?
If it wasn't for Kanye, Thug wouldn't exist.
Okay, so you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Jay-Z is always an influence because he's a great businessman. Like, I see people for what they do with the music business-wise, but when it comes to actually music structure and, unfortunately, the time we live in now, trap music runs kind of hip-hop. Besides Cole and Kendrick, it's all trap. Right. So I spent a lot of time just listening to Thug because I got onto Thug late too after all the whole dress antics and I think it was got me a check, I got a check.
Wow, really?
That's the first song that
I was fucking with Thug since Danny Glover.
See, I'm listening to Danny Glover in the club like, what the fuck is this? You feel me?
You know, I'm gonna tell you like this. So I had like a love-hate relationship with Thug. Yeah. Because I loved that he was so different. But I hated that I couldn't understand what he was saying.
But when you sit and you listen to him, right? When you sit and you listen to him, he's not far off, right? That's the number
bro, I had no idea what this nigga was saying.
But that's the number one problem is motherfuckers don't want to listen to him because they don't understand. Especially with us being up here in Massachusetts, right? We're not used to accents. We speak English, but look,
right English.
We speak English, but 35, 40 states don't speak English. They speak with some type of accent. You understand? So now when you throw that into rapping and rapping quick and trying to style it, he does what he does.
Okay, boo, I love her.
But that's a lot of reasons why people don't listen to him.
Catch your
but when you sit and study him, like look, right?
What?
But you appreciate it now?
Nigga, I love it.
You love it now. Look, right? Some people probably still don't fuck with him now, but everybody who you might listen to, your favorite hip-hop artist, can appreciate what he does. So he's doing something right. You understand? Right. So Thug, I got on to Thug Future. I get on to artists late because it's like, I got to hear something for you to catch my ear, then I'm going to look into you. But I spent some time, and this is after school, kind of looking into Thug, because it just catch my ear. And
I don't want to cut you off,
go ahead.
My nigga, but I know you be seeing my tweets and shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
And for everybody who follows me on Twitter.
Yeah, because I want to get into this.
And they see what I be saying about Future.
Yo, this nigga don't like Future, bro.
I'm actually a Future fan now.
Whoa, drop the bomb on this shit real quick. This is a PSA. CWTFB. This is a major announcement. Episode 10. Man.
I actually listened to Hendrix all the way through.
Sauce Boss buffed the God in the building.
And I was
MaSheen is officially a Future fan.
And
man.
I was like,
Hendrix is hard.
I like this nigga.
Exactly, bro.
I was like, damn, I hate this. Exactly. I hate that I like this shit.
This is
Nigga,
probably
I'm telling niggas fuck Future for years.
Yeah. This is probably one thing I wanted to talk about because it's
man.
like I don't understand how you don't like it, bro.
Oh my God, I hated that I liked that album, bro. I didn't want to tell niggas that, bro. But I love that shit.
I still spin that to this day because that's probably like.
You know what? You know what's fucked up?
Softer side in a sense. Like,
you know what's
fucked
fucked
up?
up?
R&B Future in a sense.
You know what's fucked up? What made me start looking in the future and giving him a second chance?
The Scandals and
shit? Did. Nah, not even the Scandals. I think he's a piece of shit. But what?
That's what
the
makes
way.
It
But I think that's his persona, right? It's awesome, right? But right. So
this nigga shit.
It's
what does he talk about?
The record he did with Chris Brown.
What's that?
Pie.
That?
Yeah. I turned a side piece to a 9-piece. I was like, yo, this shit's lit, right? I was like, yo. So then I started looking in the future.
So hold on,
I was like, let me get the Hendrix album. Fuck it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, Future hard. But I get into these people late, but like look, like I'm saying, Future's an influence. And this is just of recently.
Right.
Like, I'm already knowing hip hop. I'm already into rap. But like as far as right now, who I look to and I can be like, all right, these people got whether it's and when I'm talking about influence, I'm not talking about like I'm gonna copy them the way it is, but Thug, Future, they got great song structure.
Mm-hmm.
Thug,
they're musical.
Thug gets to a point where he just says what he's
Whatever
feeling as opposed to trying to rhyme. He's gonna make it fit, whether it's melodizing or harmonizing or whatever you may call it. Future, he does a great job with song structure, selling his music, so I appreciate all that. But like even to answer a second part of that question is, I don't know. To be honest, I kind of always sounded this way. I'm not too sure if you can agree with that in high school, but motherfuckers been saying I had some type of accent for the longest. You feel me? So it's like, I feel like this is how I talk, but every time someone meet me, they're like, yo, where you from? And I'm like, I just thought it was a combination of my Haitian accent and me just being like speaking hood jargon and shit.
Right.
But for some reason, people be thinking I'm from the South and shit.
Right.
It's
the way you say certain words.
I'll be like, I'm finna do this. Like, not too many people say that in Boston, or it's like,
I feel like I'm finna do something or whatever. Like, is regular slang to niggas now because of niggas like 50 Cent.
Okay.
Because 50 Cent definitely adopted that southern drawl when he was coming up. You know what I mean? And he did that shit on purpose.
Yeah.
Because when he got shot in the mouth, he had to talk funny.
Yeah.
So because he was just accentuating shit.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So words like finna came from niggas like that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm finna bust a cap on a nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like dumb shit like that. So up here, I don't think that's too far-fetched for like people to say shit like that anymore. I just think it's like, what record was I listening to by you? When you said foe, like instead of full.
Okay.
Right?
That's that bust it.
Bust it. Yeah,
okay.
Right.
So bang, I can say with me making music, once again, trap music runs hip hop right now.
Right.
So in order for me to break or communicate,
you speaking
I gotta speak the language.
Right.
So now even with like some of the content, certain shit I say, it's speaking the language. You understand? But as far as like saying what's the shit hitting foe, it's more so making music and you gotta make certain shit fit. You understand? And this is what I learned from niggas like Thug.
Right.
You understand? You gotta make it fit. If I just be like, what's the shit hitting for? I got money, I need more. That shit's not hitting. You understand?
Shit hitting for.
But when you sitting, you drinking, you chilling with your peoples, you might be like, yo, what's that for? You understand? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Or maybe that's just black people in their entirety. You understand? But nonetheless, you still understood it.
I understood it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I definitely understood it. It's just, it's foreign to this region. Is all I'm saying, right? When it comes to creating, I don't believe that you should box yourself into your region, but I feel like you should stay authentic to where you're from.
Okay.
Like niggas who start a label, and they put Boston in the name.
Yeah.
Like Boston 360.
That's the worst thing to do.
360 deals from Boston. Right?
That's like so basic, like
that's
advertising
stupid.
and marketing.
It's fucking
Boston
stupid.
It's dumb
That's
as fuck.
stupid because you know what? Anybody who's not from Boston is not gonna want to fuck with that label.
Yeah, they're not even gonna hear about it because you're from Boston.
Because you're from Boston. Why box yourself in? And I understand the whole idea is to branch out and do your thing.
Yeah.
But for one, people pay for names.
Facts.
People pay for
Your name's everything.
people pay for things that are trendy and things that are catchy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So let's go into that. Actually, how did you get your name? Because your name hit me from left field when you first started rapping.
Buff the God.
Buff the God. Like,
So
why?
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, the shit is what it is. I got this ideology where it's like you can't pick the name you was given, in the sense like growing up with your boys and shit, you somehow gonna get a nickname. And where I'm from, it's like you kind of had to stick with it.
Where
like,
you from?
I'm from Dorchester,
What part?
off Blue Hill, Esmond.
Like by Morton and shit?
No, off Legion.
Okay.
Right there, Harvard Street, Legion, Talbot.
Yeah.
Off Blue Hill near the zoo. Shout out the zoo. Nah. But I don't know, it's just like you're growing up with a gang of guys and it's like you don't get to pick your nickname. I might motherfucking call you like Bo. You're Bo. If everybody catch on to it, you're Bo. You're not about to tell
So
people.
niggas started calling you Buff?
So bang. They just call me Kev Buff. No funny.
Okay.
But this is based on my cousin. Because his name was Leo
I
Buff.
thought you was in the gym and shit?
Nah, look, right? I go to the Boys and Girls Club. This basically home base. As soon as I get there, my cousin was going there first. His name, Leo Buff, bang. They find out I'm his cousin. They just automatically attach Buff to me, bang. So, I mean, as I start getting fit, it kind of sticks more. But you know who kind of took it to school? Omari took it to the school because when I brought him up there, he heard them and him and Ant took it to the school. So now everybody at school started calling me that, bang. But I just basically attached the God. I basically just flipped what they gave me and just made it to the God. But like now that I'm older, it kind of means more, even more so in a sense, like the whole attaching to God. And low key, I got that from Omari too. He was that's back when he's old Diz LaFleur. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm about to be old as the God. I'm like, nah, nigga, that's me. So ever since then, like, I'm going to lids. I'm stitching this shit on my hat and some more shit. But, like I'm saying, even more so, it just means more because it's like, I'm just attaching to God. This is just a mindset that I'm putting and planting in my subconscious of what I'm trying to be, what I'm trying to become, the standard I'm setting for myself.
Right.
But
that's fair.
And technically, you probably the only nigga that got that exclusive, because motherfuckers don't understand
CWTFB exclusive.
Exactly, but motherfuckers
You
don't
heard
know,
me.
they don't understand. But from the hood, motherfuckers call me Kev Buff. I just switched it up.
Kev
Just
Buff,
taking a negative to a positive, man.
Tell me about these DNA ciphers, man. I saw you on there doing your
DNA,
thing.
shout out to DNA, man. I mean, Cypher, it was what it was. I played football with DNA after school and shit. The Bandits. So after I graduated high school, same coach, Coach Mike, he hit niggas up. I played with him. I met DNA through that. Okay. And I actually didn't even know. He probably mentioned it, but I probably forgot that he like produced and some more shit. Okay. So I actually ran into him at the gym, seen him, and he was like, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I'm like, because I dropped Depth to Society. So he probably seen it, or we probably just became friends on Facebook and social media then. But he's like, yo, pull up da-da-da. And I'm like, I bet, because this is kind of like the rite of passage and shit that niggas gotta do. Right. So I'm here to eat with the wolves and some more shit. I showed up. It was cool. Met a lot of artists, a lot of people doing their thing. Yeah. And I just had to represent for who I was.
Nah, you did your thing, man. I really liked it.
I
like what you did there, man. You made your presence felt.
Yeah.
You was definitely one of, because I've been following, those ciphers for a little bit too. Mm-hmm. And I've been seeing, especially the one that you went to. He was probably one of the people who stuck out on that. So that's a good thing. But what are you doing to market yourself, man? What are you doing to put yourself out there, bro? Like I've been seeing you doing shows. What was the last show you did?
Last show I did, today's what?
Today's the 6th.
Last show I did was like a week ago.
Okay.
I did the New England mixtape show. Shout out to Chris Hayes. I just did that. But like as far as marketing myself, it's kind of all, like you said, in the beginning stage, but like polishing it up and leveling up at the same time. You feel me? So because I'm independent, because I guess motherfuckers are still trying to figure out what's going on with me. Right. I still gotta knock on doors.
You gotta shake hands
and do some more shit. But I'm not with all that that weird shit that's going on. You feel me?
Right.
So I'm doing what I gotta do, but I'm more so trying to establish like the brand, the image, the music, because then the shit'll market itself. You understand? As opposed to like trying to sell it to other people. And when I say sell it, I mean just in the sense where it's like, yo, fuck with me. Like, nah, this shit gonna speak for itself. And if you can't see it, then that's on you.
Right.
Because a lot of money, it's really not on you, because at the end of the day, I'm doing this for a cause. You feel me?
Absolutely.
But a lot of motherfuckers be like, yo, rap sucks, or these motherfuckers be doing this. Hip hop motherfuckers don't be paying credit to that. But it's like, yo, if you're not fucking with real artists who appreciate you for what you're doing for them, like I'm saying here, I appreciate this interview.
Oh,
this shit goes way
bro.
back. You understand?
Absolutely.
If you're not fucking with real artists, then that's on you. You understand?
Right.
But
so I mean, like, all right. So what do you do when you put yourself out there in the city? Like are you doing shows at like places like the Middle East and things like that, or like what's up? Like what are you doing to, like, you know, rub shoulders and elbows with niggas from out here who's doing their thing?
New England mixtape. That both them shows was at Middle East.
Describes?
What?
New England
mixtape. The last show I did. Chris Hayes.
Okay.
Both them shows was at Middle East.
Okay.
Man, so I'm doing that. I'm doing whatever show. If anybody want me to do a show, I'm pulling up.
Okay.
You feel me? But there's also this like gateway shit going on where it's like niggas want to tax crazy amount for you to do a show,
or they want you to pay to play.
Pay to play.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Don't pay to play.
Don't pay to play. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not against paying to play, but you can't put no crazy amount on it.
Don't pay to play.
Don't pay to play, right?
Don't pay to play.
But see now, right? When you go into marketing, how is you marketing yourself? Because, right? In order for you to market, you need to get outside of what you already have. Yes or no? The point of marketing is to attract new customers. And
yes.
Okay, so how do you do that? Not just in the hip hop sense, just as far as like, okay, social media, you got your own circle. How do you?
I say
broaden it.
I say this. I paid to play one time when I used to rap, and I just felt played.
Exactly, because niggas ain't got it like that.
It wasn't even about not having it. It was just more like that's the time I had it.
Nah, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about like pay to play, and the show's not even
right.
Like, you understand?
Right.
Like,
so I felt like I was took.
So if niggas is building, let's build.
So I felt like I was took, where it was just more like, for one, what am I paying you for?
Yeah.
And for two, I should be getting paid. Like, why should I pay to perform?
Big problem.
Like, if you're not, I'll do a show for free. Mm-hmm. But you're not gonna tell me to give you money to perform.
And that's Boston right now.
I'm giving you my art.
Facts.
That's it.
That's Boston, bro.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to pay for my art and I'm starting out, then yeah, I'll do it for free. Mm-hmm. But there's no way I should pay you. Like, all you artists out there, man, niggas want you to pay to play, man. Don't do that shit. There's other outlets. Look, I don't believe you got to do that shit.
That's Boston right now. What a nigga would say, right? Just because chatter be going on. Oh, if you got to play, you not. If you got to pay, you not hard enough. You feel me? Your shit's not buzzing. Da, 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 da. I'm not opposed to it because I understand.
Who said that?
No, I'm just saying, just like the other side of looking at things.
Right.
You feel me? The motherfuckers who don't have to pay, or the motherfuckers who is being like, yo, you have to pay. They'll be like, oh, well, if you was hard enough, you wouldn't have to pay. Just like a devil advocate.
Right.
But it's like, that's Boston right now, bro. You understand? Think about it, right? So you sell cars, right?
Right.
Imagine you're in a dealership and someone telling you, like a customer coming in, and they're like, nah, you got to pay me to sell a car to me.
Yeah, get more.
Your job is to sell a car.
Right.
So, and I'm going to break this down because it goes down to Boston. It goes down to, I think, independent music in general, black business, or maybe just Boston. Motherfuckers is not doing their job, bro. If you a show and you a promoter, your job is to find the acts. So why do you got to pay to play?
Right.
Or like even more so, all these blogs and some more shit. Your job is to find content. So if someone's coming to you with content, why is it you asking them to pay to get posted and some more shit? This is what I think the problem is.
Right.
But I try not to dwell on it because this shit is what it is. I'm gonna put my shit out there regardless, and whoever's meant to receive it is gonna receive it.
Right.
But like marketing gets fishy because it's like you want to do more to expand, but everybody want a tax.
Listen, man.
Everybody want a tax, right? So that's why it's like,
free work is okay.
Look.
But that does not mean you have to pay. As a fucking creator, why should I have to pay to display my work?
Because niggas want to...
That shit is crazy to me.
Everybody want to rob rappers, bro.
Right, because my thing is like, you got these fucking janky promoters who you know what I mean? They don't believe in the acts they signing up.
Okay.
So now they like, you know what? If I'm going to have these niggas rap, I want to get paid for it extra.
And that's the problem.
And the problem is that they probably had to put some money up to do the event or whatever the case may be. That's not your problem as a creator. If you got to pay to play, don't go.
Bro.
Don't fucking go.
This is Boston, bro.
Nah, it ain't Boston, my nigga, because I know there's a lot of places where you don't got to pay to perform, bro.
Okay. So now, right, we get into me personally. I'm going to circle around, did the DNA cypher, met a lot of motherfuckers. It's lit. I'm doing that. I'm marketing myself. I'm doing shows. I'm trying to get into like events like the Red Shades event.
Right.
I just missed that with the tickets, you feel me? And I ain't hear about like more tickets being sold and I ain't show up to the door.
Right.
But I planned on going to that. But I'm trying to get into.
You remember her from OB?
Yeah, I remember her. I don't think she remembered me though.
I don't know.
I remember her because obviously I was a younger classman, lower classman, so she probably don't remember or know me. But I remember her, and it's like I'm trying to go to events like that because it's like I'm rubbing shoulders, like you said. I'm meeting motherfuckers, and that's just gonna market itself in a sense. I'm trying to do shows like I did on the Outside show. I did the Pop Smoke show when he came out here. Cause like my bro, he did the show. He got the connect. It's crazy how that shit worked. Cause my bro, he got the connect. He was doing the show, but he just put me on the set. Okay. So it's like we just did the set together in a sense. Okay. And so like for the fourth quarter, basically from September on, I kind of did a lot of shows from what I was doing because I wasn't doing those shows. Right. But then since then I did probably 2 shows or 1 show every month. That's dope. So I'm trying to keep that consistency, but also like you said, just market. Whether it be creating a brand, creating a logo, getting the shit out there, being in a room with people, letting them see who I am. But more so it's just like meeting other artists, meeting other producers, meeting other DJs, meeting whoever makes music and whoever needs music as a content. That's how my marketing kind of is now, you feel me? As opposed to just putting content out is the only other way. Okay. But like, I don't know. Like you're saying, pay to play. You know some motherfuckers who got the outlet. You don't got to pay to play. Where they at, you feel me? Because Depth of Society came out a while ago. Right. Okay. And it takes time for motherfuckers to hear the shit. Motherfuckers might be like, oh, if you're not getting a response, you're not doing something right. Right. In a sense, right? That's what the finite line is. You understand? Right. You could put some shit out, and if you get a response, clearly you did something right. Right. Okay. Let's say I didn't do something right. I'm still cooking up. I got more shit coming. The next shit's gonna be more fire than the last shit.
What's the next one coming out?
What? So that certified video.
Nothing new under the sun.
Bang.
Dropped last year. Yeah. It was an EP with 3 records. 3
records.
Why 3 records?
It was an EP because I had to get some tracks out. You feel me? It was too long since Depth of Society. I just needed to get some shit out. That was more so like, yo, I had some shit in the stash. Let me put it together. What curates what I'm feeling at the time. Okay. Nothing new under the sun, but acronym nuts. Motherfuckers act like I'm going nuts because it's like I'm changing as a person at this time. I'm no longer interested in certain shit. Okay. I'm trying to feed motherfuckers information. Motherfuckers is just sheepish. They don't know what's going on. So it's like I had to go through that lesson, trial and error. Bang. Drop that. And it took so long because it's like I went through a lot of trial and error once again, trying to find producers, studios, what's the right way to market.
You ever fuck with Mighty Mouse?
Mighty Mouse, nah.
Nah? Nah. You need to reach out to Mighty Mouse.
See, you ain't put me on, big bro.
That's my guy.
You ain't put me
I feel like you and Mighty we'll do some damage.
Some dope records.
Mighty was my guy. Like he was like my in-house producer basically. He's out there in Cali doing his thing right now. Okay. And he's like Grammy nominated. He was one of the what was that shit? What was that record that Drake did? March 14th, whatever it was. Yeah, he was one of the producers on that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's big. Right. That's big. Yeah. But you ain't put me on,
my man's Grammy nominated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's from Hyde Park. He's from up the street.
Straight from the park.
Nigga, when I used to live at my dad's crib, like literally, he lived right on Pierce Street. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, y'all gotta link.
Word.
Mouse. What was we saying?
We talking about nothing new under the sun.
Oh yeah, nothing new under the sun.
So yeah, I dropped that, just a collection. And it's like went through the trials and error of just trying to find the right way to roll it out, market it. Like I feel like certain shit works better for certain artists. And I'm starting to find out what works better for me. Went through the trial and error, like the 28 track. It's lit, you feel me?
What was the inspiration behind 28?
Man, 28 is just me tapping into my sound. That's probably the most natural and the most...
And I love that record. It was very refreshing, bro.
I appreciate it, bro.
No bullshit. And I've realized that was like, Kev's in his bag. I mean, I don't know if niggas know your name and shit. Yeah. But that's how I know you.
Yeah, it's all good. But like, right? 28 is lit. I had a whole video shot for that shit, lost it. I didn't lose it, but some shit happened. It lost content. So it's like,
the fuck out of here.
Feel me, right? So how I'm trying to roll it out.
Who the fuck lost it? You know what? That don't even
It just, the shit goes how it goes, right? So this is just like my first time having to deal with such a lesson, right? Because I ain't back up the files for my own personal use. I'm the artist. I probably should have did that. Bang. But whatever. I had a way to roll it out with the video. But I ain't had none of that once it got lost. So it's like I'm dealing with these trials and tribulations. But like 28, I came up with that. I mean, the track, the beat itself was crazy. So I knew I wanted to hop on it. You feel me? That's just like, that's what I'm coming with all the time, to say the least. But how I came up with it, and once again, this is just how it goes to me trying to, in a sense, preach or give some knowledge. The way I think about things, the way I think about life, like Black History Month, 28 days, right? But it wasn't just Black History Month. I just look at the calendar based on natural things. The most natural thing to track a day is not the sun, but the moon.
Right.
So, yeah, we have June, July, August, might have 30, 31, But if we're going based on natural shit,
it's 28.
It's 28.
Right.
It's 28 days based on the moon phase. So that's how I came with that. But then it's like the bus, the 28. Because that's what I used to ride to school.
Nigga,
you feel me?
Too.
So now when it get down to the shit.
I done seen a nigga get punched out of his Air Force Ones,
exactly.
Nigga, waiting for the 28.
Nothing gets crazier than this. And this is on the way to school.
Nigga, yo.
6 a.m.
Yo, shout out to my homegirl, Kristen.
Exactly.
You know, R.I.P. I love you. I miss you. You remember Kristen Lottie? She was one of the 3 girls that got killed a few years ago. Well, not a few years ago. Damn near almost 10 years ago now. Actually, it might be 10 years ago. What year was that? You know, it was Marie, Sharice, Chris Perkins' sister.
Okay, yeah. Oh.
Sharice and Kristen.
Yeah.
All 3 of them got killed. Kristen was like, that was my dog.
But she went to OB too?
Yeah.
Okay.
They all went to OB.
All 3 of them. Okay.
So Marie, Genevieve.
Yeah.
Genevieve, Marie, Phillip. They all called her Marie. You had Kristen and you had Sharice Perkins, right? Mm-hmm. Kristen was a really good girl, man. She grew up around my way on Oakcrest. Her father's pastor, mom was a nurse. You see what I'm saying? Her mom had just passed a year prior to like cancer, some crazy shit. And yeah, man, that shit fucked a lot of niggas up. But I remember walking to the 28 in the morning with her. Yeah. You know what I mean? Until I got my car.
Don't have her,
You know what I mean? Until I got my car, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, like freshman through junior year, we was walking to Mattapan Square getting on the 28. So when you drop that record,
it's nostalgic.
It was like a nostalgic feel. Like, I'm like, yeah, it was me, my man Riz, Kristen. We get over there, like, you know what I'm saying? We done see mad crazy shit happen before getting on the 28. OBC crazy shit happen getting on the 28. You know what I'm saying? So, nostalgia. So I really appreciated that record,
bro. I appreciate.
I like it.
That's what I was going for. Most importantly, is the nostalgia of the 28. Because I'm sitting here, I'm not taking the bus no more. But it's like, I came up with that line. That shit's crazy, like the 28. Because I'm looking at life, I'm looking at everything going on, and it's like, this shit's crazy.
Right.
And it's like, the only thing that was probably crazier growing up was the 28.
Was the 28.
You don't know what to expect. On your way to school, 6 a.m.
Niggas done got shot on the 28.
It is what it is. You feel me? And it's like, it might not be the 28 for certain people. It might be the 22. It might be the 23.
It could be
but
whatever.
Just the idea of like the MBTA, and this is kind of all trending at the time. MBTA being laid some more. So it's just like, I try to put, it's like a jambalaya of thoughts that just kind of come together to make a track. Even like I hit the line, I do the do just like Woo when they're trying to skate. I wasn't crazy in the Woo like that as a kid, but that's exactly why I put it in the track, because my mom wasn't trying to keep me in the Woo because the shit was crazy.
It's funny, nigga, when I first met my wife, man, she used to always ask me like, yo, you know how to skate?
Yeah.
And I was like, nah. She's like, you ain't never been to Chez Vu. You grew up in Mattapan.
Damn.
And I was like, nah,
I've been to Chez Vu. Like it was a test or something.
I was like, nigga, yeah, I've been to Chez Vu, but I was there for the bitches.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for the skating. I never learned how to skate.
Real like, Charlie poem, like just.
And she was like, "Oh God, whatever. Spare me the details." You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But like,
dogs don't skate, baby.
But hey, man, I just realized we've been talking it up, man.
Way too long.
It's an hour already.
Let's speed through it. Because there's way more to cover.
So what you want to talk about right now, man? It's your world.
What we gonna talk about? I mean, Nuts came out. I got a lot more music coming out. You feel me? Pause. I got a lot more music.
Nothing new under the sun, man. 3 records.
That's old.
You did 3 records. Yeah. That was in 2019. What month was that it dropped?
That was late, probably motherfucking October, September.
Yeah.
Once again, because I didn't have the video, so I just let the shit go.
Honestly, just drop the music, make the videos later. Honestly, I truly believe that people will come back and double back to see the video.
Yeah.
I think we live in a world now where it's microwave, right? People drop the video and the record at the same time, and that's cool and that's great. That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do it like that.
Yeah.
Because that's not how we grew up.
Yeah.
We used to hear the record first, and then we see the visual.
Exactly.
And the visual brings the record to life, and that visual gives that record like a second
second boost.
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't worry about dropping it at the same time. I thought those 3 records was perfect for what you were trying to accomplish as far as like keeping people hungry for more.
Yeah.
And then and certified joint, right?
Yeah.
So you me and Suave, y'all done records together before. You was on the what was it, Massacre or some shit?
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually tell you, even with Nothing New Under the Sun, you can see me kind of tap into my sound. You feel me? That's a learning process. But like me and Suave, like the first track I recorded at 13 was with Suave.
Okay.
The music I'm illegally downloading is from Suave. Like you feel me? Me and Suave, that's my best friend. We've been doing this, and niggas act like they forgot, bro. You feel me? But like the Massacre joint goes with Blasphemy. That was a whole EP we dropped together. It was 4 tracks, but this is a joint EP. We had a producer. He had the beats. So it's technically his, but it's like, and we're in an era where producers like, yo, rappers don't give credit. They don't be paying for beats. They just be jacking. Like, yo, niggas is here. Real artists is here, bro.
Right.
You're not about to say niggas suck. You're not about to say none of that. We gonna get on your shit. We gonna splash it and let's make hits. You feel me? So, but it's not even like, we're not talking about that producer. Shout out Big G. But me and Suave, we make tracks, Massacre, Blasphemy, 2 videos for that. Yeah. But it's like we just try and cook up organically. Suave, he been doing his thing. Like I took my break in college. Suave this thing. He just been shooting. And it's like he established a nice solid foundation. He got the label Thankful Records. And I'm just helping them build that shit basically, bro. Because niggas is here and we doing that shit.
That's family shit, basically.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
But like even on Massacre and like Blasphemy, you could see like certain tracks are scattered, but you can see me start to develop the sound and start to develop like a comfort for the shit, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. What else you want to talk about, man?
What else, man?
Because you seem like you had some shit that you wanted to get off your chest, man.
I don't know. What else we talking about? What I bring? I bring versatility. I bring fucking energy. I bring authenticity, you feel me? Originality.
Intelligence.
That's another thing.
Intelligence is like the word of this podcast. I found myself saying that a lot about the artists that I'm interviewing.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I enjoy. I enjoy hearing intelligent rap.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? I enjoy hearing... I know when a nigga's dumbing himself down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Mm-hmm. I'm fine with you dumbing yourself down. I just don't want you to be dumb.
See that, and that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. Like,
I feel like motherfuckers wasn't catching on to the message I'm spreading. It probably was too much.
Right.
So I do cut back a little, but the fact that he can still hear and see and recognize the intelligence, obviously being a compliment, I appreciate it, is big because nobody's ever said that in a sense where it's like motherfuckers might be like, oh, you missing or this is that, but at least you can at least see. And
I get it, because you kind of have to in a sense, because we like I said before, we're in the microwave era. People have short attention spans. People don't want to hear that sophisticated shit all the time. Right? They don't want to hear that because that's just not what they're used to right now. Who's the hottest rappers in the game right now? You know, the only intelligent sound really is Drake when it comes to the hottest sounding people out.
Yeah.
Future don't talk about that intelligence. He talks about the most ratchet shit he could come up with.
Yeah.
Right? You got Thug. He don't spew that intelligence. Gunna don't spew that intelligence. Baby don't. You know what I'm saying?
Thug might have it. Nah. He must be like, man, what are you talking about?
Now, if Thug has it,
Thug drop gems, bro.
Thug has the creativity.
Yeah, go ahead.
He has the creativity in the delivery.
His
delivery is unmatched.
Yeah.
His creativity is unmatched. My man had a fucking dress on his Jeffrey album, and then flipped it, saying he wore a dress because he had a shotgun on him.
Nah, he ain't flip it. But that digresses.
Nah, what you mean?
The whole shotgun story comes before the album of Jeffrey.
Yeah?
That comes when he was Rich Gang and he had to go check with Birdman, and I guess he was worried about being around a whole bunch of Crips or Bloods. I don't know if he was with King Troop, his OG that died. He got to go chill with a whole bunch of Crips, but he's a Blood. So he had a dress on with the stick. Or, I don't know, because I can't remember the story. Or he was getting with Birdman.
You could have a handgun on you.
I don't know.
And not wear a dress.
Nah, he need that big ass thing. He's like, nigga, I ain't finna take no L's, nigga.
Birdman's a Blood, so.
Nah, I don't know if it was Birdman or King Troop. If I'm correct, it was probably when he had to go check in with King Troop. This is his OG, but he probably not knowing what's going on with this whole Blood Crip shit. If he's a Blood and he's in a room with a whole bunch of Crips, he's probably paranoid. But either way, the story comes before the whole
Jeffrey
album cover dress shit.
But either way, like, none of that shit matters.
Yeah,
I think Thug is awesome. I love what he's doing.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
I want to see more, man. I want to see you progress. I want to see you really get in your bag. Did you come prepared with bars today?
You want some bars? You know what's funny? Because every episode I hear this nigga is like, all right, I want to take this in for a landing. Do you got some bars? He's like, this nigga's like the bar hound or some shit.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying?
I'll give you some shit. That's not really how I create my shit, right?
What you mean?
Just because me personally, I struggle with communicating and I struggle with like fluidity of saying what I need to say.
Nigga, we had a great conversation.
No, that's
I can't relate.
But now when I gotta speed it up and be on beat with a cadence, I struggle with it. But I'll give you some shit.
You got some shit.
I'm not gonna shy away from shit. Nah, I'm gonna just go in. Let's see.
You got a beat in mind?
Nah, I'm gonna just go in.
You want to do some acapella shit?
Yeah.
All right, hold up before you do that.
He be like, yo, I want to bring this in for a landing. You got bars. You got bars. I'm about to be like Tyler did fuck flex in this bitch.
CWTFB Radio. You already know who this is, man. Charlie MaSheen, man. Chizzy MaSheen, all of the above.
Yeah.
I'm with my nigga Buff the God.
Yeah.
My man said he came here with some bars.
Like,
what's up, baby?
All right, look. Choose you what the future brings.
Uh-huh.
I chose to make mines lit.
Uh-huh.
After this podcast, I might go home and fuck on my bitch.
Uh-huh.
Oops, I meant chick.
Uh-huh.
Cause she don't really like that shit. Tell her, shut the fuck up, baby girl. How you like this dick? Buff the God, pull up with bars, 8 cars, looking like a dealer. Whole gang, rocking jewels, smoking gas, man. We looking like some dealers.
Yeah.
Chizz, tell me what's realer. Buff the God or the GOAT. Young nigga trapping out my mama crib, still sell these boys hope. You came a long way from failing these classes, barely passing with these D's. Young nigga got tired of fucking with birds and bitches. I moved on the seas.
Yeah.
One thing, she a crip. The other acting like a cunt. I'm on the hunt for a choosy cougar who gon' give me what I want. See me, I'm always gon' flaunt. Cause I had to work the hardest. Put some money on his head, Best Buy, Suave, hit him with the target.
Yeah.
This pack, it got me lethargic.
Yeah.
You niggas be smoking on Mardis. Off the E-way, hit Blue Hill, swerving on my magic carpet. Look, hold on, let me readjust, man.
Come on, Buff. Come on, baby.
Woke up from my bed.
Yeah.
Pray to God I make it back. Kiss my shorty on the lips. Kiss her lips from the back. Niggas wildin' where I stay. So you better stay strapped. Police killing my people.
Yeah.
Me, I gotta stay black. Niggas die every day. How many niggas has actually lived? I be jumping off the porch trying to get it, leave something for my kids.
Yeah.
Album ain't even dropped. Ballin' niggas never flop. Told shorty life's a bitch. And I want her on top. Man, it's all from the game till a nigga get out here, start waving the fifth.
Let's go.
You mention my name to a chick that you bag, you officially a bitch.
Bitch.
I was in school, I was chasing some shit that didn't really exist. As long as you get in that paper, my nigga, your business legit.
Legit.
Asking for mercy from your oppressor, what the fuck you expect? Niggas is killing each other like Nike. It's all for a check.
Check.
I be living life, making sure I ain't got no regrets.
Right.
The last one is when I let the system fool a nigga into debt.
Come on, baby. Come on, son.
He had to hit him with that voice.
Come on, baby. Come on, son.
Like, appreciate it, man. I don't do that too often, you feel me? We working on it, though, you feel me?
Now we gonna bring it in for a landing.
Let's do it.
Choose what the future brings.
Yeah.
CWTFB Radio.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy, Charlie MaSheen. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Man, I'm gonna need a part 2, big bro.
Yeah, bro. We gonna make it happen.
Season 2, season 3, whenever I need a part 2.
Yo, bro, like, I don't even know how many episodes I'm gonna do for season 1.
Look, my man's applying pressure, man. One man army. He's doing everything, man. 10 consecutive weeks. Episodes on you niggas, man. Watch out, bro. Podcast lit. You niggas ain't working as hard as him. That's a fact.
Appreciate you, baby. I appreciate you, man, for real. Because what I wanted to do was just contribute my way.
Yes, sir.
I do believe that rap is a sport for people who actually really want to consistently do it on a high level. I no longer have the desire to rap. I really just want to create a platform to help propel the people that I appreciate, the people that I respect and love. You know what I'm saying? So this is what this is.
Can I ask you a question?
What up?
Why did you call yourself a sidekick artist? I feel like you're underselling yourself.
You know why? Because I've heard my own shit, and I felt like whenever I did a feature, it just sounded way more lit. Or maybe I just like to hear myself that much. I don't know, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Features are always lit. I feel the same way. Not that my shit's not rocking, but when I do a feature, I know that's out the park. You feel me? You give me condensed space to
That's
get.
neited here nor there. I don't make music no more.
Fact. But nah, you contributed in a big way, bro.
But I liked what I felt. I never put out no music that I didn't like, right? With like the exception of like one song, but it was really like, for me, I didn't feel like I was really a rapper. Okay. I just happened to rap.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like I was really out here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't really feel like rap was. I wanted to embody the persona of a rapper. You know what I'm saying? But for me, actually doing the work as a rapper was unappealing to me.
Okay.
And what I realized is that I love people, and I love music, and I love hip hop. So if that's the case, if I could build a following off of doing some shit that I didn't really want to do, what can I do off of propelling people?
No, yeah, that's a fact.
I'm really putting myself in the background. I realize I work better that way. That way, it's just by putting people on a pedestal.
And that's big, because it's like you're realizing the things about yourself in a sense. Right. Like you done had careers, you done had your hustles, you done did all the things, and essentially everything that you did kind of prep you for this and everything else you about to do. You feel me? Like, let's get down to the shit you was given from birth is your voice. You feel me? Like, you could have easily did it rapping.
Right.
That went, but there's no way you was just about to be Charlie MaSheen sitting at a desk with that voice.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I meet people every day and they're like, yo, you should be on radio. And I said, if I had $1 for every time I heard that shit. Like, you know what I mean? So for me, it was just more like, this is my way. Radio is on its way out.
Yeah.
Podcast
isn't.
This is the way to do it, and I focus on the audio because I understand that that's my background, right? But either way, that's another conversation.
Listen, part 2.
I appreciate you, baby. We definitely gonna have a part 2. Whenever you drop in that next project, you let me know.
Listen, man, certified single video out now. Sucker Free coming soon in the spring, man. Sucker Free. Once again, me and Suave going back at it for you niggas. Sucker Free coming.
Okay, say no more, man. Make sure you YouTube Buff the God certified on YouTube. Videos lit, the record's lit. Everything that you got coming out, bro, you got my full support, man.
Appreciate it,
I'm in your corner. Anything you need from me, man, if I can make it, I'll be there. If you need me to be the bridge to anything, whatever the case may be, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I want to see your name on the main stage, bro. I want Buff the God to be a household name.
Appreciate it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
how do you plan to choose what the future brings?
Man, choosing what the future brings, I've been around a couple times in the sense where it's like life's gonna keep throwing the same shit at you until you kind of correct yourself. So like right now, I'm just focusing on just the music. Like I kind of went through my life trials and tribulations, and I'm able to kind of set a solid foundation that as long as I just keep my head clear and focused and show up, I'm straight with life. Okay. You feel me? So I'm just really focusing on the music, really kind of correcting all the things that I wasn't doing before.
Okay.
Because this is where it's gonna take me. You understand? It's only a matter of time, and I'm just my worst enemy as far as like not making it happen.
Right.
You feel me? So choosing what the future brings. I mean, 9 to 5 responsibilities, taking care of the family, but we about to make it lit. You feel me? We about to turn it up. All of Boston, tune in, and then it is what it is, man.
I hear you, man. Well, appreciate you, my nigga, for coming through. We damn near got through the whole bottle.
Listen, we about to finish.
We gonna finish it. Episode 10, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are the reason why people want to do anything. I mean, the viewers, the listeners.
Facts.
I appreciate y'all for real. I appreciate the support. Buff the God, I appreciate your presence tonight, baby.
You, big bro.
It's CWTFB Radio. I'm Charlie MaSheen alongside Buff the God, man.
Yeah.
We out.